Could it be that Lucifer, this supernatural fallen being, is a fabrication of religion? Consider that the original context of the word was likely luciferous, an adjective. Some refer to it as a verb as it means shining one, and as such may be considered a mode of being. Did all the erroneous information come from Christianity? I was taught some things about Lucifer and Satan being the same. Lucifer was the worship leader in heaven with built-in pipes in his body where praise issued forth. First off, there was no worship leader in an external heaven as heaven is within you so much for that. There are pipes within the human body however as trumpet-like vortices line our spinal column corresponding to the endocrine glands and are called chakras, or scrolls, if you read about them in the book of Revelation. Frequencies issue forth from these centers. There was a fallen being but it was not one being, it was all of these, sons of the morning, that chose willingly to descend through the dimensions, landing here in the physical and material world. These sons of the morning are you and I. All of humanity actually. We made this journey out from the immortal and immaterial dimension into this material plane. This is the symbol of baptism and even communion. Think about it, one is lowered into the waters, becoming a mortal human, only to come up and out of those waters, resurrection, immortality. Or the broken bread, you, surrendering your immortal being, becoming mortal, descending down into the belly of the earth plane. It is said of the ritual of communion to do this in remembrance of me, the Christ in you. If we practice the ritual we will eventually remember the symbolism behind the ritual and awaken. More irony, in the erroneous doctrine of Lucifer, he is referred to as the morning star, also a name for Christ. Go figure. That's because they are one and the same. We have to let go of the false doctrine equating Lucifer as Satan. The luciferous ones were on course as God's seed to purposely descend the dimensional ladder into the material plane and to penetrate the human DNA molecule. They were luciferous, illuminated ones, having been endowed with God's seed. Illumination. Shining ones. Satan is the human ego, the serpent in the tree, that is, the sophisticated electrical biochemistry of the human nervous system. It, the ego, was given charge over the garden to keep it. As such, the garden of being human is sustained and maintained by the self-protecting aspect of self called ego. It questions everything and stops at nothing to self-protect its host. It is this aspect that must come to the crossroads when it willfully and progressively journeys to death so that it might die as master of the human body and psyche but then to resurrect as a servant to the manifesting and emerging God-man. In this process, a helpmate, the human physical body, is acquired by God. To summarize, luciferous is our descriptive form of being in the non-material. Enlightened and shining, a verb and an adjective. As God's seed, we willingly subjected ourselves to futility in hope to accrue a physical helpmate, Eve, so that we might navigate, inhabit and propagate the material worlds. However, captivated by the loveliness of the physical worlds, Satan, the adversary of our spiritual form, became the god of this world. It is this form that must relinquish its role as master of the physical body, the cross, forsaking it to become the servant of the divine. Words by Barbara Symons.